Today we are making a video of the final knife in my large folder mail call I got the day before New Year's Eve. So this is folder 10 out of 10. And this one is the MKM Arvenis. My second knife made by MKM in Italy. Oh, and I will say right away, as usual, this is not the carrying case you get with the knife. This is the carrying case or pouch that I have for all my folders, but you do of course get a carrying pouch for your folder. So this particular Arvenis is a Lamnia exclusive. The model itself is not a Lamnia exclusive, but this specific version is, with the M390 steel, this blue liner. So that is probably worth mentioning at least. So let's take a look at the blade here. As always, it is difficult getting the light or the lighting conditions to fully show the details of the knife, but we do the best with what we have. So taking a look at the specs here, as I already mentioned, this being the Lamnia exclusive, one of those properties is the M390 blade steel, which is still my favorite blade steel for folders. Not fixed knives, but for folders. I really do appreciate the supreme edge retention of M390, as well as the high corrosion resistance. Looking at the actual numbers here, we have a total length of the knife here, or of the folder, which is 203 millimeters. We have a blade length of 85 millimeters. We have a closed length of 118 millimeters. So those numbers should let you know that this is not a small folder, but it is somewhere in the middle segment of sorts size-wise, at least if I compare it to the rest of my own collection of folders. We have a blade thickness of 4 millimeters. Let's see if we can take a better look here at the spine. So 4 millimeters is not, a really thin blade. It is on the thicker side, I'd say. And the spine here is actually rounded, which is a nice aesthetic detail, in my opinion. And speaking of rounded shapes, we should probably take a look here at the flipper tab, because this has been brought up in some other videos, I reckon. The flipper tab here, let's see if we can get a better look at it. It has no jimping whatsoever. It is totally, smooth and rounded. And that did get me a bit worried when I unboxed this knife the first time and took a look at it. I mean, it does look kind of neat and stylish, skipping the jimping, going with clean, smooth shapes. But it does also make me worry. But that worry wasn't really totally justified, because it is not that hard to flip it open, even without jimping. So it turned out to be a non-issue of sorts. But I guess some people will be put off slightly and think that it is gonna have a real life effect on the flipper functionality. But in reality, I mean, it really doesn't. Sure, if you had jimping, it would be, I guess, slightly easier to open it up, but it's not like it's difficult from the get-go, so to say. Looking at the blade here, we have a drop point design. The handle is G10, with this being, I'm not sure what this blue material really is, to be honest, but it does look nice, at least. We do have a flipper tab. No, my bad, not a flipper tab. Oh, we do have a flipper tab, since we've been talking about it a lot. But we have a pocket clip, a long pocket clip here for kind of deep carry. Also very smooth, rounded, no sharp edges or points or anything. In hand, you can't really feel the pocket clip at all, which is a big plus, as always. Handle comfort overall is really nice. It fills your hand quite well. I'm not sure about the actual handle thickness here of the knife, but it is definitely on the thicker side compared to, I'd say, most of my other folders. I wear size 10 in gloves, and you can see that this is easily a full 4 or 5 finger grip should you want to. It does feel like a large folder in hand. I mean, not in a bad way, just that it fills your hand quite nicely, I'd say. Looking at, we can take a look here first. We do have a liner lock on this one. Not sure how well it can be seen, with a solid lockup. I'd say about 20 to 30% lockup. Definitely solid, not going anywhere at all. The opening and closing action is quite nice. Not really fully hydraulic, but it does open and close with ease. And this is a brand new knife, so I will have to give it some time to break it in. But I would say the action is definitely good. Absolutely. Taking a look at the blade centering. We can see that the blade centering is spot on, 100% centered, like with all of the knives that I got in my recent mail call. So that is a good thing, definitely. And here we can see some texture on the inside. I'm not sure how well it can be seen on the camera. But it says made by Mikita. It's not gonna be easy to show this. Made by Mikita, not sure how well it can be seen. And the design of this knife is as stated here on the blade. That should be easier to show if we can get any type of focus going. Do we have some focus? Burnley design. So this one was designed by Burnley, but produced and manufactured by MKM in Italy. So credit where credit's due. And the blade finish, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but as you can see, it is sort of a darker, or not too dark, but a semi-dark stone wash finish to the blade. Overall, this feels like a very solid, medium-sized folder, with some different design aspects to it. Mainly, I'd say this flipper tab is something that I've never really seen done this way before, but it really does work quite nice. So let's take a look at the factory sharpness of this one, shall we? As always, I brought with me a magazine, a new magazine this time around, but same, or should be, same kind of paper of sorts. Let's see if we can get one page. Should do like, yeah, Let's see the slicing capabilities of this one out of the box. Let's sure, is this could be a good angle, perhaps, yeah. So it slices paper with ease. I would say that this one is slicing a bit better than my MKM flame dagger, which I made a review of not too long ago. It really slices quite finely and smoothly. Yeah, this is very nice, very nice. Quite the paper slicer, even with the 4mm thickness of the spine. Then again, this is a pretty wide blade, as you can see here. I'm not sure about the width, I haven't measured it, but it does take quite some time for it to go up to the full 4 thickness here. So I'd say that this makes for a pretty good slicer. You can actually slice some more because it was kind of satisfying. And this is indeed a factory sharpness. All the slicing videos I have done and showed here with my folders have been factory sharpness. I haven't altered it in any way. I haven't put it to the strop or anything. This is what it is out of the box. I don't have a whole lot of fruit and vegetables or meat or anything else at home right now. I'm gonna go shopping a bit later today. Otherwise, I would have done my typical food prep or food slice segment, and I'm quite sure that this one would have performed really well with those parts. So my initial impressions of this one is surprisingly good. I guess the reason why I waited making this video to the very last was because I felt a tad bit unsure about perhaps the overall design or whatnot, but I like it when I get surprised in the most positive of ways. I mean, I did buy it because I thought it was an interesting design, because I love the steel, and I wanted to give it another go. I wanted a full size or a larger size knife manufactured by MKM, and I thought that this one was a good one to start with. Also because of the very affordable price at that, given the materials you get. So all in all, I actually like this one quite a lot. I think I'm gonna do a follow-up video of this one where we do put it to some use in the kitchen, just because it's kind of fun. But I like this one. Feels like a large knife in a good way. Slices well, smooth. I mean, everything feels smooth and rounded. No hot spots, no nothing. Everything it's just a comfortable knife, and it feels tough. Feels like a durable one, a real user, and it does look nice and stylish as well. So MKM Arvenis Burnley design might be something to look into if you like what you see here. An M390 is always a winner in my book. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around. I just realized that I never mentioned anything about blade play or lock stick or anything. Perhaps because there is no there is no blade play. Super solid, and lock stick, definitely no lock stick here. Like I said, I did mention that it opens and closes nicely. If it didn't, I would have mentioned any type of issues with lock stick or anything like that. But just for the record, to have it on video, absolutely zero blade play, no lock stick. Nice action, and yeah, I guess those will be the final words instead. Over and out for real this time.